Welcome back, everybody, to Local on 2. Parenting in the modern world cannot be easy. And with so much conflicting information, it's hard to know what to do.
I agree. Please welcome David Thomas and Sissy Goff from Daystar Counseling and Raising Boys and Girls. Tell us, what is the focus of your work?
We work with kids from about 8 through 18, and because we're working with kids, we try to make our space as comfortable as possible. We're in a yellow house with a white picket fence. We have 13 humans on staff. We have 5 dogs who are therapy dogs in our practice, which is really fun. And I think currently we have about 2,000 families involved in Daystar.
Wow, that's a lot. And you sold me I might be older than that, but I'm still going to come for therapy because the dogs.
Good. Well, it's a really neat place.
That sounds, I went to therapy as a kid and it can be intimidating.
Yes.
Or counseling. Now, we're in a very crazy time.
Right.
And I can imagine that you're seeing things that maybe you didn't see before when these kids and families come through your doors. What are you noticing right now?
I would say with boys, I'm seeing a lot of anger, a lot of struggle with regulating, hands down. And I think certainly the pandemic's played a significant role in that they've had less practice being out in the world to work through frustration and discomfort. But I would also say that's always been a struggle for boys because early pediatric visits would tell us that girls are saying more words than boys. So if her general vocabulary is bigger, her emotional vocabulary is going to be bigger. So he just has a hard time figuring out what he's feeling.
Okay.
And then a more of a struggle navigating that.
Yeah.
So I would say hands down, that's a big part of my work with boys. What are you seeing with girls?
For girls, we're just seeing so much more anxiety. Pre-pandemic, it was 1 in 4 kids. Now it's 1 in 3. And girls are twice as likely as boys to deal with anxiety. So it really is an epidemic among kids today, and it's really an epidemic among parents too. So we're seeing lots of anxious parents.
That makes me so sad. I was a worrywart as a kid. I still am, but it does damage. It's, mentally it can, hinder you in certain ways, but even physically it can. What do you tell parents? Is there I know we don't have time to talk for hours, but is there a thing that you tell parents as kind of the most important thing?
Yeah.
So I had a conversation with a couple not long ago, and this dad was the CEO of his company. He said, I was at a training recently and they talked about a parent's job, a manager's job is to be the calmest person in the room. And he said, I think that might be a parent's job too. And so we would really say that the best thing parents can do for their kids is to manage their own anxiety in the midst of things being hard now in our world.
That's amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what are some tools for kids, maybe just everyday tools, boys or girls, that they can put to use and put to practice?
Yeah. One of the first things we're going to teach kids in our offices is what we call square breathing. Just some basic deep breathing, which they can use anywhere. They can do it under their desk as they're about to take a time test. I had a little boy say, I did it at the free throw line right before I was about to make a game shot. And so we're going to start with some breathing. You call it square breathing. With boys, I call it combat breathing. That has a little better ring to it.
Yeah.
And then we're going to want to teach kids some grounding techniques because we talk a lot about how anxiety resides in the past or the future. I'm worried about something that did happen and might happen again, or something that could happen. So anytime we can ground kids in the present, that's a really helpful thing to battle the anxiety.
Tools, I will probably use as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, I love that. I love that.
Now, I have a question. David, you wrote Raising Emotionally Strong Boys, and in the book you stated that you're working to expand the definition of masculinity. Can you talk about that and what you tell parents?
I'd love to. I think we've come a good ways, but we've got a long way to go to really expand the definition of masculinity to include not just being strong, but being tender too. And kind of back to the emotional vocabulary piece, that we want boys to be equipped and strengthened with a strong emotional vocabulary so they can name and navigate their experience. And I talk about it in the workbook, Strong and Smart, like a superhero power. I'll say, how like Spider-Man has this spidey sense, he can walk in a room and know what people are thinking or feeling before other people do, and what would it look like to develop more of a spidey sense. So
I love
really
that.
Nice.
Powerful work by the both of you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I love that you talk about the parents too, because it really does make a difference how parents act, and it transfers to the kids. So thank you both very, very much. Please, everybody, if you've got kids, you want to go check out raisingboysandgirls.com. You can also find them at Daystar Counseling, and you can also take a listen to their podcasts as well. They are all over the place, thank goodness. So there you go. Go to their website for all that information, and thank you.
Thank you.